flaps are heading out to right over there. And that gauge is important because you can't see the wings from the cockpit. And if the flaps aren't set, you know what happens? You just go really, really fast into that tree on the other side of the runway. You don't want to do that. Yep, speed brake right here. We only use that if we want to slow down. Actually, if we left that up and we went full power, the plane would start yelling at us. Now, we got 3 takeoff speeds down here, V1, VR, and V2. Have you heard of these before?
I've heard of V1, I haven't heard of V2 or VR.
Alright, so if you click on V1 there, because you know that's your abort speed. And then VR, or rotate, that is the point at which you pull back to fly. And then you click V2 down there. 142 V2, same speed you got up here. That is your single engine climb out speed. So if you're unfortunate enough to lose an engine on takeoff, you pass your abort speed of V1, you can't stop anymore. You just stay at 142 or faster, and you will climb out just fine, even if only one engine is running. Okay. Now, at this point, the plane is fully configured for you to go fly. So what we're going to do now is go over your flight controls, and we'll get you in the air. So you yoke here, give it a left and a right turn about that big. Feel how heavy it is. It's got a little weight to it. Now push forward all the way down the roof screen until it stops. That is full nose down pressure. Pull it all the way back. That is full nose up pressure, back down to neutral. You probably won't need full control pressure, but it is there if you need it. The airplane itself is very touchy, but the controls are heavy and kind of not responsive, so it's kind of weird to get used to. The left and right is going to be a little snappier, that's why it doesn't move as much. The nose is going to be a little bit slower to react, so that's why you got all of that forward and back pressure there. You got your rudder pedals down here. You might know this, but this is how you steer the plane going down the runway. So if you push on that right rudder pedal like you did there, you would steer to the right. If you push on the left rudder pedal, you steer off to the left. So this is how you're going to be tracking the center of the runway there.
What does it mean when I push it down?
Yes, so those are your brakes. Now you want to push both of them down at the same time, because there is a left and a right brake on the airplane. So if you just push down one of those, you're going to skid off to the side of the runway. Now for takeoff though, pilots leave their heels on the floor, toes on the bottom parts of the rudder pedals. That way you don't accidentally push down the brakes. Oh no, those are footrests. They're further up. Just right on the bottom of the pedals with your heels on the footrest. There you go, like that. The very final thing, center of that runway, you want to stay on top of that. That should line up right about here in your right leg or here on the dashboard. So you can see you're actually pointed right down the runway right now. It looks a little bit off, but you are pointing down the runway because again, the center of the runway is lining up right here on the right side of your body. Now, that is about everything. Are you ready to take off? Do you have any questions about anything?
Can I do it from?
We'll get to start power it up to full power.
Okay.
But we'll go auto throttles at least to the climb because it climbs at full power anyway.
Alright.
And then we'll. There you go. Now you see you're drifting a little bit towards the right, so push on that left foot pedal. And look at the very end of that runway, because that'll make it easier to steer. And I'll let you know when you hit that rotation speed. Keep it going down. Pretty good.
V1.
Alright, you can rotate. Pull back nice and smooth. Raise the nose up to the horizon. Keep pulling back a little bit more. Nose is pretty heavy. Keep pulling. Just like that. Perfect. Alright, nose is coming up above the horizon. Push forward to neutral. Push forward a little bit more. So the nose doesn't come up too far. You look up to your left hand side, you can see you're now flying. So as you can see, we have a pause rate and climb, we're going up. Landing gear going to go up as well. So pull out and up, raise the wheels. You can take your feet off the rudder pedals now. You don't need those anymore now that you're in the air. Now you're just looking inside on that flight record, trying to keep yourself on course. If you look off to your right hand side, you can see downtown Berlin. Just push forward a little bit. You can see how you're slightly above the crosshair there. You can see the airspeed is slowly going down. Slow will make you stop quicker. Keep in mind though, you have a very long runway.
Better control.
Better control? Alright. Click this option right here. Alright, flaps 30, 139. Now paste it to flaps and speed with this button to the side. Click that button right there next to flaps and speed. That'll paste it in. And that means we're going to come in at flaps 30, 139 knots. Now don't put your flaps at 30 yet, because you can see flaps 30 is 175. If you put flaps 30 out right now, that'll get ripped right off the wings of the airplane. You don't want to do that. Maintenance would not be very happy with us. you don't need any power right now. You should pull the power back. So again, right now we're just worrying about raising or lowering the nose for airspeed. Okay, so raise that nose up just a little bit higher. Right there. Usually on the horizon is where you want to be. Just right there, that's about as high up as you want to go. See that speed's already coming back? Just a little bit nose up there. That's perfect. Anything, let's see, how far out are we? Yeah, we can actually probably start raising our nose a little bit more, and we're going to slow down to 205. Because that is our minimum speed for flaps up, and that's going to allow us to start slowing down, putting flaps out, getting our speed brake and landing gear down, getting ready to land. So here's your speed brake handle. Lift it straight up, move it up towards this armed. Straight up, right about there. That's good. You might fall forward a little bit, but that's good. See, your speed brake is armed right there. That's perfect. That's what you want. I'm going to set auto brake for you. That'll brake as soon as the wheels touch the runway. You can always take over those the toe brakes on top of those rudder pedals. Now, if you'd like, you can also put a notch of flaps out. So lift the flaps handle up, bring it down to flaps 1. Right there. Perfect. Now, at this point, with flaps 1 out, that little 1 right there is the slowest you can let the plane get. If you go any slower than that, the plane will start to become very hard to control. So if anything, lower your nose just a little bit more because we're going down to 4,000 feet, and you probably want to start adding a little bit of power if you're going to level off. I put flash 15 out for you. Just make sure that the airplane doesn't get any slower than that ref speed, and you want to maintain that speed of 149. That'll be your ideal approach speed. Start powering up the throttles here before you get too slow. I'm going to put flaps 30 out for you. Pull back though. Keep pulling back. You want to keep it right on that flight director, because right now, you can see right now, you're you're to the right of the runway. We're going to bring it over to the left. And 2, is keeping your nose really high here because we're way low. So you want to keep that nose up and give it a bit more power. You can see that speed is slowing down quite a bit, even more power. Keep pulling that power in because it's still slowing down. And lower that nose a little bit here too, because that'll also help as well. Help you from slowing down. Alright, so our glides push forward hard. Push forward all the way down to the horizon. No, not on the throttle. Lower the nose. I'll bring your power back here. Because that is our glide slope, so push forward quite a bit here. All the way down to that horizon. Alright, there you go. So now we're sort of on the approach now. Now everything should be fairly normal. Just once we pull back a little bit. Don't keep you right on the horizon or a little bit nose up. Right there. Perfect. Try to bring your throttles back just a tad, just a little bit. Right about there, that'll be good. Alright. Now, when you land, you're going to have something called reverse thrust. You have kind of right there. You pull them up, you'll feel it click in. There'll be 1 notch, there'll be idle reverse, you'll have medium reverse, and then there's maximum reverse. You just need idle. This is a very long runway. Pull back just a little bit more. Now as you get closer to that runway, that flight director is getting exponentially more sensitive. So just be very careful. You're making very slight adjustments right now. In fact, you can actually already see the runway off in front of you. Right there, there it is. Pull back a little bit more. But you want to keep that runway low in your window. See how it's moving up in our window? You're getting too low. So pull that nose up. A little bit towards the left. You want the runway to line up with your right shoulder. A little bit towards the left. And that warning we're getting right now is saying we're too low. So just pull back. Keep that nose up. A little bit towards the left. And just look outside right now. Flight visually into the runway. That'll be easier. I'm going to turn off the flight director so that warning goes away. And line that runway up with your right shoulder. So bring it back towards the left. There you go. Pull back. See how that nose dropped and that runway rose up? Pull back. Raise that nose because we don't want to drop into these houses. Look towards the right. Just a little bit. There you go. Level it out because we're in a very steep turn. See how that nose really wants to drop? Pull back. Nice gentle turns at this point. Lower the nose just a little bit. Lower the nose just a little bit. You want to be able to see the runway. Right there, that's good. Small turns. That's way too steep. Pull back, pull back.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Very good. So we're up, we bounced. I'm going to put it to idle just so we stay on the ground. Alright, so you're using the foot pedals now to steer. So push on that right foot pedal. A bit more on the right foot pedal. Now if you want, you can bring your reverse thrust down. Right there, that's medium reverse, that's good. Now as the speed goes down to 60, push forward and close the reverse. So close the reverse now. Just so we don't go backwards down the runway. That would look kind of goofy. Alright, there you go. Hold down the brakes. We'll just keep it here at a full stop. Now while you're holding down the brakes, bring the parking brake up. Wait for the red light. Alright, there you go. Parking brake is set. Take your hands and feet out of the controls and take a deep breath. You made it in. We're on the runway.
Okay.
That was pretty tricky.
Yes.
That was a tough landing.
Yes.
A lot going on with the thunderstorm there, doing the throttles, all that. Actually, that was pretty good for your first landing, especially since you haven't flown before. Yeah. Now, you got a little bit of time left. Do you want to taxi back to the gate and shut down the plane?
Yeah.
Sure. Perfect. So. See that steering wheel on the wall there? Yep, that's your tiller wheel. That's how you steer the airplane when you're on the ground. Alright, so just push down the brake pedals. That'll get rid of your parking brake. Now, for the power, you just need a very small amount. So I'll demonstrate. You just need like that much power. Like that's all you need. Now I already set it for you, so if you could bring it up straight back to idle. Because if you leave it up even a little bit, it's going to start moving pretty fast. Now that tiller wheel is very sensitive, so just move it nice and slow like you're doing there. If you move it too quickly, you'll get into like little S turns kind of oscillating. If it ever starts getting into like an oscillation where it's going left, right, you just let go of the tiller and it'll straighten itself out. Now, you got a taxiway right up over here. You'll get lined up with that here in a second. The nose wheel of the plane is about 10 feet behind you, so all the turns that you make, you're going to want to overshoot just a little bit. Also, at low speeds, the brakes are kind of sensitive, so when you get up to this turn, you're going to have to tap on the brakes just a little bit, just so we're not going too fast to make the turn. You just tap on your brakes a little bit here. A little bit more. Yep, perfect. Right about there, this sort of speed is what we want. Because we're a tricycle, effectively, with how the landing gear is configured on this plane. And so you can't turn it very quickly, or else it might roll over on that side a little bit. That would not be good. But in straight lines, though, it can go quite fast. It looks like our ramp and our gates are over there to our left. Now that we're getting off the runway, bring your lane lights back to off, because those are very bright. You can see those from 10 miles away, and if we fly on the ground crew, those, they're not going to like you too much. They'll make you toss the bags out in this rain. I don't think you want to do that. Alright. Got a taxiway sign up here. We're going to get onto whatever that taxiway is. So just tap on the brakes here. It looks like that is taxiway Lima. We got a very sharp turn here, so you have to bring it out quite far before you bring it around. Because again, the nose wheel is 10 feet behind you and the main wheels are even further back, so you have to do very wide turns. There you go. I start bringing it around. Perfect. Let it come out a little bit wider. There you go. Perfect. Alright. We get a little bit more power. As you go down here on the taxiway, we go quite a bit faster. Speed limit on the taxiway is 35 knots.
We're going 45 knots.
Actually, no, the speed that you're looking at is actually right here, the ground speed. The airspeed indicator won't indicate anything less than 45. So you can see right now you're doing about 30 right now. If you're heading back to the gate, do you have any questions about the simulator or the airplane or anything like that, or flying in general?
Not really.
What kind of plane is this again?
This pattern's after Boeing 737, or actually those two models right there.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the same airplane we're flying right now. It's not the biggest plane around, but it's We got this simulator because it's the most common commercial airliner in the world. We'll keep going. We definitely don't want that turn because that just takes us right into a building. Probably not there because I'll take us into the back of that plane. So I guess we'll turn around up here. Now before you make that turn, just make sure the plane is going a little bit slower. Because again, you don't want it to roll onto its side. Alright, start making this turn up here. And we'll go straight down that way a little bit, and then looks like we got an open gate over there that we can take. That's an Airbus right over there. That's the second most common airplane around. And you tap on the brakes a little bit just before you make this sharp turn here. You can swing it to the right a little bit. And then there'll be a yellow line here that'll guide you on into the gate. Now, the marshals here at Prague, I guess, are kind of lazy because there's no one standing out there in front of the gate to guide you in. Normally there should be in real life. Kind of have to guess on how close we need to be.
We're turning here?
Depends on how much you like your passengers. Because if you like your passengers, you'll park at this gate so they have a jet bridge. If you park at one of the other gates, you're going to have to walk through the rain to get into the building. Tap on the brakes a little bit more because we want to come in nice and slow, like a walking pace. Now you won't be able to see the ground anymore, so just sort of aim towards like one of these pillars here. I'll kind of line you up about right. A little more power. Right. We're going to start going increasing in speed a little bit quickly, so just sort of ride the brakes a little bit as you come in. Alright, and now you can stop. Right about there should be good. Parking brake, hold that up. There you go, parking brake set. There you are. Auto brakes, you can get that off if you want. Perfect. So we're at the gate.